Hey guys, good evening. Monday night Novak news. Boy, it comes around quickly. Tonight we have got some awesome golden nuggets for you. We're going to be talking about speed and convenience and the things that we have adapted into our business that have changed lots, including stuff within the real estate industry. Stay tuned.
Boy.
Yeah.
What an intro, listen over.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes. So, we often talk about speed and convenience being the new currency, don't we?
Yep. It definitely is. Look at Uber. Look at the taxi industry. Look at the delivery business industry. Look at the banking industry. There's just been so much. I think the principles are the same, but the delivery methods are just been like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Bang. Crazy.
Well, you gotta listen to what the people want.
Yeah.
And I'm often saying that even when you're ordering like on Uber Eats, I know with our kids, they're not going, oh, I really feel like pizza, I really feel like Italian. They're going, what's just going to be here the fastest?
Yep.
That's how we are. I'm always saying we're sport brats these days.
I saw Guzman Gomez is doing 24-hour in Casula. So
24/7, aren't they?
24/7 operation. I just could not believe that. So, and I think 4 locations in Queensland. And I thought for such that's a big infrastructure to be running around the clock like a McDonald's or something like that. So well done to Guzman Gomez. That is a typical example of how, again, the principles are the same. People just want it. They want good food all the time, but the delivery methods.
Everyone wants everything yesterday.
Yeah.
They just do. And so, but we've built a model on that, Mark, over the years. Like this hasn't just been something that we've done over the last couple of years. We actually have done this consistently through the entire time that we've actually owned and operated and started Novak.
Yep.
22 years. Everything was always done differently. Everything was always done conveniently.
Do you want another
and
pillow?
everything.
Do you want another pillow to sit on?
Why am I looking a bit low?
Yeah, looking a bit low.
Yeah, let me just put another pillow.
I'm just trying to adjust the camera. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, mate. Now I feel like I'm sliding down the seat. All good. All right. Now, I've written a little list.
Yep.
So we're going to go through some things. I'm going to throw them at you,
Yep.
and then you can talk about quickly, how we've done these things. All right. Here we go. Ready? An email inquiry comes in via realestate.com and domain. What happens?
One of our team members will answer that inquiry in 9 minutes.
Correct. 9 minutes. And I have to say that there are times when I have responded to an email inquiry and that response has been like literally within 10 seconds and people think we're robots. We're not. We don't auto do this stuff. I know there are some agencies that will put an auto response on their email inquiries. Not us. We don't. As a real person that's answering those email inquiries. So we have company policy within 10 minutes. The rep's got to answer it within 9. Otherwise, it's open slather to anyone in the office, any sales agent, to grab that inquiry within 10 minutes.
Mark Kentwell.
Hey, Mark.
Says, I'd rather at least get to order from a reduced menu than have nowhere to choose from. I think it's a great idea by Guzman and Gomez, and they have a business that will allow with only a few tweaks. Yeah,
no robots at Novak. Rosie, there you go. Rosie knows only too well. Another there's a person who runs a phenomenal business as well.
G'day, Grace.
Phenomenal. ACOP, Australian College of Professionals, phenomenal business.
They'll even travel around the country for you.
All right, let's talk about. I'm going to leave social media until last, because I call it instant media, and no, we're going to leave it till last because that is all about speed and convenience. Okay, here we go. What about our 3-minute SMS appraisal strategy?
Crazy.
Talk about speed and convenience.
Yep. So people are going, well, look, how can you possibly do that within 3 minutes, come back with a price? Well, software allows us to do it. And again, how important is an appraisal to a real estate agent? It is absolutely critical. So why wouldn't you be on the front of your chair and answering that straight away when that comes through? People love it.
They do, absolutely. Speed and convenience, guys, is what we're talking about tonight, and what we've done in our business that has changed the game. And again, it was just listening to what the consumers wanted. I think, Mark, if we can just tack on to the end of that, just going back to email inquiries,
Yep.
What's the industry standard? Because we respond within 10 minutes, but what's industry standard?
Look, I think if you were dealing with majority of the operators, the fact is that 20% are top of the game, maybe even 1% are top of their game. You're going to get a different response to the 80%. So I'll answer the question in that way. In the 80% of them out there, you will probably get a response within 24 hours, maybe 48 hours.
I agree. So,
but that's not having a go at the industry, but it's just there's some that are just particularly agile, which would be that top 1%. You just deal with them in any capacity. They're going to be bam, bam, bam.
I think it's gotten better though. I do think it's gotten better. I think response times used to be within 72 hours.
People aren't tolerant.
No, they'll move on to the next property due to the lack of response. And just now the 3-minute SMS appraisal. So can we just explain for a second, just in a nutshell, really quickly how that works, what a 3-minute SMS appraisal is and how it works?
So we do a promo out there. Have you got a copy of that? A promo in our marketplace saying, let us know your address in 3 minutes. We'll let you know a price. They will SMS it across to a sales rep or to a central number that we also host.
Yep.
And we will go back with a price to that client and comparable sales, what's sold in the area around that price range, where you should be around that price range. And then there's a hook at the end for people saying, let us know if you need more information.
And I do want to say, guys, it is sight unseen, right? So for a more accurate appraisal, we do need to walk through the property, or when we're signing up your property, we do need to walk through, and that takes about 5 to 10 minutes to come through your property. But again, it's about speed and convenience. So if you're lying on your lounge at home and you're thinking, I wonder what my property's worth, you can literally flick us your property address to any one of our mobile numbers, or to a central mobile number, and within 3 minutes we will respond with a figure. We will respond with a figure, right? And again, it's about that speed and convenience and giving the people what they want. Ordinary turnaround times, Mark, for an appraisal industry-wide?
It's not really doing it by SMS. I'd say you're going to email the agent. They're going to come back to you pretty quick, and then they're going to make a time to come and see your property, and then they'll probably deliver a price after they come and see the property. So probably 48 hours to 72 hours at best.
Yeah, I reckon, definitely.
Yeah.
So I know when I've gone through and I've done an appraisal for people, and at the very least I'm going to be walking in with sight unseen pricing. So I've got something in my hand when I'm coming through to do the appraisal. When I'm doing my follow-up calls with those prospective vendors, they're often saying to me 9 times out of 10, we're just waiting on the other agents to send through their proposals. I'm like, okay, that was 24 hours ago.
But coming from the older industry, we used to say you want to be the last.
Sometimes, yeah.
So there used to be agents in our office that would say, oh, no, we'll come back after the other 2 agents have come back to you. They want to be the agent at the end. Whereas you want that speed, you want to be known for that speed, and you may lose the business by not coming in at the end, but it shows that times to change.
Yep, I agree. Okay, let's talk about photography.
Yep.
So how quick are we doing photos? We've got our own in-house photographer, guys, as well. So we will talk in a sec about how quickly we can get your property on the market. Again, speed and convenience wins every time.
Yep.
Photos, what's the deal there? And then let's talk about industry standard. We can get a photographer out literally
same day,
tomorrow morning.
Same day we can have a photographer out and delivery of photos same day. But then if there's going to be touch-ups to the photos, if there's going to be furniture out of the photos, next day.
Yep, which is quick. So industry standard, I reckon you're lucky if you are getting them back after 7 days.
Really?
Yep. Yep. getting your property on the market. How quick can we get a property to market once we've got we've got Rosie watching, once we have all of the paperwork that is required, so contract of sale and a signed agency agreement, how quick are we getting your property on the market?
Rental same day, commercial resi. What do you reckon sales? Resi sales?
I mean, if a vendor said, Lisa, I've got all the documentation ready,
Yeah.
How quick can you get my property on the market? I'd tell them within the hour.
Yeah, we've got social behind it. What's Mark saying at Presence Real Estate? We also believe speed is quality info.
Yep.
Speed is speed of
quality info for consumers.
Yeah,
Novak rocks. Woo. Okay, so there we go. Getting your property on the market. We can do it really quickly. I'm trying to build Mark up. It's like I feel like he needs those wind up toys. Like let's wind him up.
This is the chilled version.
That's all right. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, here we go. Printing. Over to you for this. Mark, printing.
Printing sucks. It's old fashioned.
We do heaps of it.
Well, so brochures, so getting that stuff out there. You know what? People still have an expectation of hard copy when they go to an open house. So I'm pretty shocked when there's actually nothing to collect from the open house. It's sometimes interpreted the wrong way by buyers. They're like, "What do you mean you don't have anything?" Whoa, here's a digital copy. They're like, they expect something.
Well, look at what we do. We bring out a magazine every week. No one in the industry knows how we do this. It's called The List.
I'm going to grab one.
Mark's going to grab one. It's called The List. It's our magazine. And so I don't know about you guys, but here on the Northern Beaches, we don't have any real estate section. We don't have the local paper. So that became obsolete. And we realised that there was a whole realm of people out there that still wanted hard copy, that could pick up a magazine with all of our pre-market and on-market properties. And we produce this every single week. It is a mammoth exercise to get this out, but every single week. And the lovely thing is it's not full of ads. It's actually full of propeties.
Oh, there's an ad
and Lisa
there.
Novak.
There's an ad.
That's not an ad.
That's not an ad. So there's a summary page. That was good. Well done. So that shows you all the properties we've got for sale this week, 33 properties. And look, is this speed? No. Is it convenience? Yes. People still want to pick up a hard copy.
They do.
So basically on the Northern Beaches, when you come into any of our open houses, we've at any one time, we've probably got 150 properties for sale and for rent, 200 properties for sale, for rent, commercial and residential. And then that's got pretty much all of our properties inside of it. So, and it changes every week. So it sits in all the coffee shops in the area. People love it. So that's an example of convenience.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because you would think print is dead. It's not.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not.
These things
So we have, fun fact, guys, we have our own in-house print shop. And that's what I was going where I was heading with Mark. So we've got our own in-house print shop. We literally print all of our brochures. So can you imagine the turnaround times? It is super, super quick.
Yeah.
We even print all of our own massive stickers. Look at Mark, it's like a proud dad. Our own in-house stickers. So i.e. if we've got a signboard and we then want to wrap that signboard, which I do all the time, saying, congratulations, DY, this property just sold for $1.2 million. We can do that and we can have that signboard wrapped literally within the hour. Yeah, here we go. Mark's gonna badge up now, guys. Ready?
There you go. There's like
turn it around and show the people.
Two typical real estate agencies. And look at that big banner printed on the window, the big black banner. Designed and printed at Novak and installed.
And we used to have printing companies that would do this. Turnaround times was still pretty quick. Usually 3 days later we could have it designed and then installed. We literally do all of that ourselves now. Massive sticker printers. What's Rosie saying? Well, Miss Lisa, you sold one for me, listed 2 and sold in 4 days. There you go.
There you go.
Ask the people.
More stickers and windows.
Thank you, Rosie.
More stickers. Oh, look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so convenience, guys. Static
Convenience.
signage, hard copy print, still relevant in our industry, still big in our industry. People
Yeah.
love us for it.
I've also got
It's fast.
and people comment on this all the time. If I've missed a call, because I'm on the other line, I've got a response that I send over to people saying, I'm so sorry to have missed your call. I will get back to you within the hour.
Yep.
And sometimes people send laughing emojis like, ha, 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 and then I call them back within the hour always. And if I can't, I will pass my phone to someone in the team that can get on to that person. And the it makes
You win a lot of business that way.
a lot. Makes people feel good. They're like,
And I think
see if she
they
gets back to
remember
me.
you. They remember you for that. They're like, that's just crazy. That's cool. Thank you. It's weird.
but it's the same thing with email inquiries and my telephone, absolutely military, and my social media. Someone sends me, I mean, you know, Mark, like someone sends me a message on my social media. It's not an autoresponder. It's me going, there's a link to the property. Let me get through and show you it this afternoon. It's just quick, fast.
It's hard to watch.
All the time.
Yesterday we were walking the Harbour Bridge and I walked ahead 100 metres.
Because I was on my
Second
phone the whole
time,
time.
third time, fourth time, Alyssa's like,
Mark's like, are you going to walk or are you just going to be on your phone the whole time? Okay.
I'm
I'll
walking,
go
I just put the phone down. But the nice thing is there's redundancy. So when our reps are not wanting to work, they've got the team behind them take, and it's vice versa. Yeah.
Correct. All right, let's talk quickly about social media, because I think, there's been lots of game changers, but this has probably been the biggest one.
Oh, drum roll. This is your favourite part. Hey, Greg.
Hey, everyone who's tuned in tonight. I actually call social media instant media, because I'll tell you how I started off.
I really like that.
But it's the truth, right?
Yeah.
And so I must say, when I came into sales, now going back 5.5 years ago, I could not believe that it took a week to get your property on the market.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? Why is it taking this long to get people's properties out to the eyeballs? Because everyone was working around the newspaper deadlines.
Yeah.
The photographers were, the proofing, we've got to have the ads in by Friday, whatever it was, Thursday afternoon, I think it was, ready for the Saturday publication.
Yeah.
And everything revolved around that. And I was like, so slow. Slow and boring. And then, I very quickly realized that everyone has got these things called mobile phones. And so all you've got to do is just do your live videos, and it's out to the eyeballs and it's out to the people instantly.
It's pretty nuts.
It's crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
It is honestly crazy. And so for me and for you guys, for the people, that means that you can get to see that property first. It's quicker than waiting for the professional photographer. It's quicker than waiting for the photos to come back. And it's quicker than obviously getting out an email blast, which I find extremely frustrating and slow. And so that was the way to be able to get the properties out to the people quickly and say, there you go, it's there if you want it.
It's
and
pretty
you get
hard
to see
to
it
believe,
first.
though.
What way?
Well, people go, oh, really? You're going to sell a property that, but I remember 20 years ago, the concept of buying a car unseen. People like, that's bullshit. That doesn't happen. You're an idiot. Now people are trading through car sales like an enormous amount of stock, unseen stock. I sold a Bobcat the other day. Again, unseen. I like Bobcats. It's a good Bobcat. But you know what a Bobcat is?
I do know what a Bobcat is, yeah.
So if you fast forward to today and people consuming property that way on social, it's, if you haven't realised, it's happening all the time. Like for us, even the amount of deals I've done with a particular, I've got one client that every time I put up properties, I think it's the third time in 2.5 years he's purchased.
Yeah.
And that one client, like, he's in the peak of his career, so he sort of needs to invest and spend the money along the way. But that one client just sees properties on my social and goes, hello. And I'm thinking, and he rings me. And I'm like, it's really funny. And I'm like, so I saw this place and it just it's weird that it happens, but now to look back and think he's done it 3 times over 2.5
Well-
years, that's like we've transacted 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've transacted $9 to $10 million worth of purchases from him that he's just seen on my social. It's reality, guys.
Yeah.
It's out there and it's happening. And if your agent is not doing it, you are missing out.
Or if they're just putting up a little photo, like a static photo, and saying, yeah, we do social media.
No.
That is not doing social media. Anyone can get any robot to do that.
Yeah.
This is the live video content that we're talking about. I remember I'd only been in sales for about a year, and I was standing out the front. I couldn't actually get into this property. It was a house in Freshwater. And I was standing out the front of this property. I'm like, hi, I'm standing in the front of this property. I've got this great house coming on in Freshwater. If you want to hear about it first, message me here. And from the moment I did that video, 4 hours later, the property was sold unconditionally.
It's not
True story.
Yep.
Sold unconditionally. And I remember thinking, oh, how the hell am I going to tell my vendor that I've just got one buyer who saw this on my Facebook page and I've got this ridiculous offer for them?
Yeah.
Because he was like, Facebook? What are you talking about? Social media? What? Who buys property there?
And look, we're not saying this to preach to convert the non-converted from get onto social.
Speed and convenience.
It's all about speed and convenience.
It is.
It's just another aspect of our business it clearly is moving and shipping property at great prices for people, and it's not that organic way. It's not that slower. It's not that slow a strategy that was sort of old fashioned and still works. Like a lot of this it's just that speed and convenience. It really makes money.
But we actually apply that to so many facets in our business, guys. I mean, I just signed a listing this afternoon. Got the agency agreement within 5 minutes. So my team know the minute an agency agreement comes in, within 5 minutes, the WhatsApp group has got to be set up, speed and convenience. There's a welcome there to the vendor, and we're stepping them through the process already.
The country there as well.
We're stepping them through the process already. Mark, stop it. We're stepping them through the process already. Now I'm going to get the giggles.
It talks about the people that in our area.
No, you just threw me off. And already the photographer's booked in, the sales team are booked to go through. The floor plan has already been booked in as well. The contractor sale will be over tomorrow. And I know that I'm going to have a buyer for this property very, very quickly. Watch this space, guys. So this is a 3-bedder that is coming on in an area that I operate in a lot. Watch this space. Watch how quick this will come out to socials and how quick it'll be sold. Boom, boom. There you go. Rosie's on here. Rosie she's a friend. She's a client. She's also a really close work colleague. Listed their property, and it was sold within a matter of days. Give the people what they want. You'll win hearts everywhere, guys. That's the bottom line.
Any other speed and convenience stories you want to share with the team out there?
I reckon that's it in a nutshell. What do you think?
I think all of it's underpinned when you love something and it's fun. It's good.
100%. Yeah. And this stuff that we do every morning, these guys show up and do Novak morning minutes. That is giving you little bite-sized nuggets, easy to digest information that is convenient, hopefully for you guys. All right, I reckon that's a wrap. Mark, what have you done? Is playing around with the screen here. I think that's everything, guys. We're done.
That's it. Look, and I think if you want to employ that in your own business and your own way of life, there's lots of different ways. Look, it's just so clear, and you got to read the writing that's on the wall. McDonald's drive-through, all of that. Like they just revolutionize something real simple. It's like, and people are like, really? Do people really? They won't get out of the car. And yes. I was telling a client tonight.
I got one this morning. My drive-through oat piccolo. On the way to work. It was so easy. I was on the phone. I was in a meeting, drove through, quickly signed something to the lady, piccolo, la, 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 and then off I went. With it, the whole exercise from when I ordered the oat piccolo to when I collected it and drove out the driveway, I reckon was 60 seconds.
Major retailers, commercial real estate, major retailers will pay double for rent or not even rent the property over that much.
What do you mean?
if you have a step into your shop of bigger of that or more, they will not rent the property.
Wow.
Even more so, they will halve your rent that they will pay.
Wow.
Speed and convenience. That's a convenient. Like the fact is that, if you can't get your head around speed and convenience, how critical it is in business at the moment, get your head around that. Your likes of McDonald's, your likes of Hungry Jack's, your likes of any shopping brands that are major retailers, they will not walk up a step. Think about your Westfields. All your Westfield shops, you do not
look at Amazon.
You do not walk up a step. It is speed. It is convenient. Look at Amazon.
Look at Amazon. That's it. And ask yourself, what do you enjoy as a consumer? And I think there lies the answer of how you should be running your business. I reckon that's a wrap.
That's right.
We're done. See you guys. Have a great night.
Guys.
Thanks for watching.
I didn't end the live. Oh no, Lisa. You get another chance to talk.
I'm back on my phone already.
You can say, talk again.